Good afternoon. Blessings to you all. Blessings, blessings, blessings to everyone. Hey there, Aunt Terry. Hey there, Robin. Hey there, Rick. How you doing? Blessings to you all. Blessings, blessings, blessings. I pray. It's storming apparently. But I pray that you all are having a wonderful day. I pray that you are doing well wherever you are and whatever it is that you are doing. So look here. Y'all, we up against some challenges today. Challenges today. My engineer is not here. My engineer is not here. So I'm really by myself today. By myself. So if I do not recognize or see your comment and acknowledge you, please charge it to my head and not my heart. Actually, charge it to my eyes because my eyes couldn't see down there, the little print. So charge it to that. Nevertheless, y'all, let's get on into this. Welcome to Remnant Mentality Ministries. My name is Angela Hendricks. I'm the senior leader here. And if you do not already know what it is that we do, all right, this is where God is equipping the saints. He's educating the saints. He is empowering the saints and encouraging them all at the same time. And you don't want to miss anything that we're doing. So if you have not already, all right, if you have not already connected with us, you need to get connected because somebody goes live every single day and you don't want to miss it. You do not want to miss it. They'll tell you the day they go live. They'll tell you what time they go live. They'll tell you, what's going on. And they'll give you a word. All right. They will give you what thus saith the Lord. You ain't got to worry about it coming from no fleshly place. All right. They're going to give you what thus saith the Lord. And you don't want to miss that. All right. So if you have not locked in with us already, I need you to go ahead because remnant mentality, we do more than just go live every day. We do more than that. Hey there, Crystal, blessings to you. How you doing, beautiful? So look here. We don't just go live every day, but we definitely have other things going on. We have intercessory prayer on Monday night. We have Bible study Tuesday night and Wednesday night. Come on here. We get in this word, all right? If you want to get connected, I need you to text the word connect to 346-229-0322. That's the word connect. You're going to text it to 346-229-0322. All right? And that's going to get you in the know. That is going to get you in the know of everything. The first thing that you're going to get is a text message that welcomes you, and then another text message that has a hyperlink. In that hyperlink, you're going to hit it, and then you're going to see where you put your name, your email address, and then you close that out, and then you're going to get another series of texts, and it's going to ask you what you want to be contacted of. So do you want to be contacted for the Bible study, the prayer? We have fast throughout the year and one major fast at the end of the year to prep for the next year. Whatever it is that you want to be contacted for, it's in there. There's a number assigned to it. And if you want to be contacted for everything and all the lives, if you want to be contacted for everything, you hit the number 5, send it back, and then look, you locked in for everything. If not, there's a number that corresponds with whatever it is that you want to be contacted. All right. So look here. Let's go on and get connected. All right, let's get connected. If you have not already, go ahead, like the page. If you're watching us on Facebook, go ahead and like the page. If you are watching us on YouTube, you're watching us on YouTube, I need you to subscribe. All right, subscribe to Remnant Mentality Ministries. You see the icon, it's us. Go ahead and subscribe. We won't bite. My teeth big, but I don't bite. So go ahead and subscribe. And then once you hit that subscribe button, you need to go ahead and hit that notification bell and then hit the one that has the parentheses on either side because that's going to get you all the lives. All right. So you're going to get all the lives. Every time we go live, you're going to get that. If you are watching us on Jesus, why didn't y'all remind me? See how y'all do me? This is how y'all do me. Y'all know I don't have my engineer. You got to remind me of these things. So we are live now, okay, on Instagram. All right, so we are live now on Instagram. Hey there, Roy. How you doing? Blessings to you. We are now live on Instagram as well. So if you are watching us on Instagram, on X, which is formerly known as Twitter, or you're watching us on Facebook, you're going to need to follow the pages. All right, follow the pages, then turn on your notifications. All right, that you get all live notifications. You don't want to miss it. All right. If you're on Facebook, you're going to have to like the page. You're going to have to come out. We'll give you a moment. Come on out, like the page, and then come back in. Come back into the video. All right. Look here. I know I look crazy. I got to wash my hair. So bear with me. All right. Bear with me. Nevertheless, look here. How y'all doing today? Y'all good? Y'all good? Look, I'm coming by and I'm giving y'all a drive-by today. I don't have my engineer. I don't have, my help here with me or on with me today, but nevertheless, I'm going to give you what thus saith the Lord. And this word is definitely not for everybody because I don't think everybody can relate to this word. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me if you can relate to this word because I know that you see the title, rather it's up there or down there, depending on what you're looking at. But it says, I can't, but God can. And that's the whole premise of this. I can't, but God can. This is coming for those who know that there is a promise, who know that there is more that they are to do, but they don't see it. They feel that yearning, they feel that hunger. They know that there's more and they don't see it. It's like they're going backwards rather than forward, which brings us to our first passage on today, and that's coming out of Psalms 34 and verse 7. So when I got this and I looked up exactly the background for this, because y'all know I'm good about that background stuff. So when I got this and I looked up this background for this particular scripture, this was written by David when he was in the enemy's camp. He was in the enemy's camp, and so this is what he wrote. He wrote this psalm. And so this isn't a psalm of like desperation or anything like that, but this was a psalm of him testifying even in the midst of his enemies, God had his back. Even in the midst of his enemies surrounding him, literally surrounding him, God had his back. And so let me give you just a little background on Psalm 34 real quick, because this was written, David had already been anointed to be the next king. He'd already been anointed to be king. And then he had already defeated Goliath. And now he's found himself running from Saul. I don't know how many of you are in that position right now or find yourself going in or you coming out, but you have already seen what it is that the Lord wants to do with you. You can feel it. It's like you're a kid in a candy store. It's like that kid the day before Christmas or the night before Christmas, and they have this angst in them. They have this excitement about what's next. And then all of a sudden, the wool gets snatched off of you, and you're just like, what? Hey there, Tashira, how you doing? You're just like, what? What's happening here? I don't get it. God, I'm going in the opposite direction that you've showed me. I'm going in the opposite direction of the prophecy. I'm going in the opposite direction. This doesn't feel good. It doesn't look good. But God is in the midst. And so David has found himself anointed, but not positioned. He's found himself anointed for the next, understanding the next, but going the opposite direction. He's being hunted down. He's had major victories, major victories. They're singing songs about him. Saul killed 10,000 or thousands, and David killed 10,000s. It's like there's songs being sung. So there is victory that he's seeing, but in the midst of these victories, he's doing good. Everything just seems to be going in the right direction. Then all of a sudden, Saul begins to turn on David. He begins to threaten his life. He begins to do things and say things. He's throwing javelins at him. And then next thing you know, David is on the run and he has to stay on the run. He has these run-ins with him and he's running. He's in the mountains running and hiding from Saul. And it just seems like things are not going in the direction that they're supposed to go in, God. What is happening? You know, I was talking to somebody and they were the same exact sentiments I've had, the same places I've been where I was not, it just felt like I couldn't pick up my Bible and read. I felt like I couldn't pray effectively. I felt like that. I've been in those places. The one thing that the person told me that they've always been a worshiper, and that's me. I've always been a worshiper. And so I've always been in this vein of me just worshiping God. I love him. I love him with everything that's in me. And I was telling them how even in my backslidden state, I still found myself ministering. I still found myself ministering when I'm trying to run from that which I've been called to. I still found myself ministering. I still found God was using me in my broken place. I still found that even though things were not going the way that I feel like they should go, God was still yet using me. Even though I felt like I had been abandoned, God was still there and he was using me. And so here it is, David is finding himself in peculiar situations. So much so that the only course of action that he feels that he has is to go into the enemy's camp to Gath, which Gath is where Goliath is from. And if you know that if Goliath is from Gath, they've heard that it's David that killed Goliath. There's a bounty on his head. He had siblings. So he finds himself going and he's up and he's to talk to King Achish. And so he's to talk to King Achish. And as he's getting ready to talk to King Achish is like being told, hey, wait a minute. Hey, sir, I think that's David. I think that's the one. That's David, the one that is, the song that was written, Saul's killed thousands and he's killed tens thousands. And so we find ourselves in this place. Where we're on the threshold of giving up. Like this is our last resort. If this doesn't work, I don't know what else to do. See, he's had position taken from him. He was prominent in the army. Position has been taken from him. Prominence has been taken from him. Possessions have been taken from him. I don't know who all I'm talking to, but I know God was talking to me when he gave it to me. I found myself in positions that I never thought I would be in, places that I haven't seen since I was in my early 20s. Things going on that I don't quite understand, but I'm just believing God. And so he found himself up in that place. And so he begins to kind of like scratch on stuff and he begins to just be like acting crazy. And it says that he let spit drool down on his beard. That's how crazy he was acting. So as he began to act crazy, King Achish was like, why would you bring this crazy man to me? He's crazy. Let him go. He's crazy now, And so David found himself in the midst of the enemy's camp, literally surrounded by his enemies. He doesn't have a woe is me tale to tell, but he begins to say these words. He says, in verse 7, Psalm 34, verse 7, he says, the angel of the Lord encamps around about them who fear him and delivers them. I need you to understand that deliverance in this hour doesn't look like what you think it looks like. Hey there, Mother Chambers, how you doing? It doesn't look like what you think it should look like all the time. See, we looking for this knight in shining armor to come and to pull us out of this. Kill the enemy off with his head. We're looking for that type of victory. But the victory is in the fact that our faith is cemented in Christ Jesus. Our faith is cemented in the fact that God has my back, regardless of what I'm looking like or what it looks like or what I'm looking at. He has my back. And this is the thing that David held on to. He was able to make sure that if nothing else, I know that God has me. Because in the midst of everything that I'm going through, I'm sitting here in the midst of my enemies and they're not overtaking me. I'm in the midst of my enemies and they're not trying to pursue me. Nobody but God could do that. I know some of you right now are in positions and in places that you found yourself encamped about by the enemy. But God is in the midst. God is in the midst of doing everything that needs to be done to make sure that you are secured, to make sure that no harm really comes to you. Yeah, you may be missing some things. You may not see what you think you need to see, with that you feel like you're in a victorious state. But the fact still remains, God is with you. Which brings me to the crux of the matter for today. That brings us over to 2 Kings chapter 6. Because in 2 Kings chapter 6, y'all forgive me, I told you I don't have my my engineer with me today to do these things for me. So I'm trying to multitask. So forgive me if I'm looking away and doing other things. But nevertheless, it brings us over here to 2 Kings chapter 6. Because in 2 Kings chapter 6, we see Elisha. Elisha and his servant are being surrounded. Why, you may ask? Because somebody was snitching, saying that he was the reason why that the king of Syria, all his stuff was being foiled. Everything he tried to do was not coming to pass. And they said, you know what? It's Elisha. Elisha telling the king or telling them everything that you're doing, every move that you make. Elisha is telling them. So he sends people to Elisha to get Elijah, to surround Elijah. And so they're surrounded. And so in the midst of them being surrounded with all these troops and everything like that, everything that's happening, you have to read the story for yourself. Go in there and read the story for yourself because it's a good story. Uh, but I just want to bring out a highlight because I don't plan to be before you long. Like I said, I don't have my engineer today. I don't plan to be before you long. But one of the things that was highlighted for me is that in the midst of them being surrounded, the servant was kind of like, hey, like, you don't see all these horsemen. You don't see all these people. You don't see this. Like, what are we gonna do? Type mentality. He didn't see what Elijah was seeing. See, it's something when you begin to spend time with God, and when you have spent time with God, even in the midst of everything that is surrounding you, because the bills have surrounded you. Yeah, yeah. The sickness has surrounded you. The family issues have surrounded you. Everything is surrounding you. Everything is coming up against you right now. And if you stay focused on what is around you rather than who is for you, you're gonna miss it. And so, because Elisha has seen some things by this point in his life, he's seen something. He's seen Elijah operate in ways that man can't even explain. He has seen God work on his behalf in ways that man cannot explain. And so when he sees that the servant is not in conjunction with what it is that he's in conjunction with, he can't see what I see. He's not experienced what I've experienced. He begins to speak. And so it says here in verse 16, 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 16, it says, and he answered, fear not, for they who be with us are more than they who be with them. Verse 17, and Elijah prayed and said, Lord, I pray you, open his eyes, talking about his servant, that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. Sometimes, just sometimes, and I'm just going to bring this to you real quick, because sometimes it's not about what you see. It's not about how you feel. Sometimes it's about you just knowing that God is with you, because he's always with you. He's always present. David said it in Psalm 34 and 7, that the angel of the Lord is around about them. All right. He's around about them that belong to the Lord. He's around about them and he delivers them. He didn't just leave it there that he's around about you. No, he says, and he delivers them. That means that whatever it is that you see that you are in the midst of, there's another side to this thing. Yeah, you came in. Yes, you've been boxed in, but there's another side. There's another level to this thing. And so if we are not careful, we'll miss the blessing in the midst of what it is that we're going through. We will miss God's involvement. And so he doesn't pray, Lord, help us. He doesn't pray, Lord, give us, he doesn't do that at all. What does he say though? He says, uh, Lord, I pray you open his eyes that he may see. That's it. That's it. There's no long drawn out begging. There's no, when you know, you just know. And even in the midst of everything that's going on, you just know some stuff. So people are going to look at you crazy because why aren't you panicking? Do you not see what's going on? They've come to get your stuff. You don't care. Your house is on fire. You don't care. Everything that's going on, the doctor just said this. You don't care. When you know that you know, there's another side to this thing. See, sometimes you just got to stay focused on what it is that God has told you. Because if you could stay focused on what God has told you, what he's shown you to be so, David was anointed to be king. I can't die in the enemy's camp when I've been anointed for more. Elisha understood there was more for him to do. And so I can't die on this mountain when there's more for me to do. There's another side to this thing. And so this is where we find ourselves at on today. We find ourselves in that place or in that position where there's more. There's more. So I've come to encourage you today that there's more. If you don't understand what it is that I'm talking about right now, maybe, you're one of those people that find yourself on the outside of it. You just coming in. Some of you are smack dab in the middle and some of you are walking out. There's only 3 positions. So today, I've come to encourage those who understand there's another side to this. Come on here. Hey there, Amber, how you doing? There's another side to this. They can come and they can take and they can do whatever. They can diagnose whatever. But when you know that there's more, you will not succumb to what you're surrounded by. But what you're surrounded by has to succumb to the God that surrounds you. Your understanding to who God is bigger than what you're being surrounded by right now. Because his servant didn't understand. His servant only saw what was surrounding them. But when you have an understanding of who God is to you and whose you are, there's another level. There's another side. Hey there, mama, how you doing? There's another side. There's another level. So I've just come for those who may have forgotten. Yeah, where my pom-poms? I need my pom-pom. I'm coming to cheer you on today. And not only am I cheering you on, I'm cheering myself on. I'm in the stands for myself today. Y'all don't have to get it. This thing was for me to let me know there's another side. Angela, do you remember what I told you? And you worried about what doctor said? Angela, you worried about what's going on around you when I've already spoke over your life. I've already told you where you're going. I've already told you who you are. And you worried about what is happening now? The prayer point that we need to have. God, open my eyes. For those of you who don't know how much more you can take, how much more pressure is it going to take, God, before there's a release? See, I've come for those who have an understanding that, see, there's more for me to do. I can't stay here. There's more for me because God didn't even show me this for me to be stagnant, just like he didn't bring David in the midst of his enemies to kill him there when he had already anointed him. He didn't bring Elisha to that mountaintop for him to be overtaken by the enemy when there's more for Elisha to do. I just came just for a few of you, just for a few of you to encourage you that there's more. There's more. And I need you to get into your understanding and into your knowing that God is not done with you yet. He's not done. He's not done by any means. He's in a place right now surrounding you. If you can just for a moment close your eyes. Yeah, if you could just for a moment close your eyes and just begin to just listen intently. Listen intently. It's almost a faint crackle of the fire that's coming from the chariots. You can almost hear the footsteps of the army of angels. You can almost hear, come on here. I need some people that just have a knowing, that have an understanding that God is with me. And it's greater and bigger than what is supposed to be surrounding me right now that I can see with my own visual, natural eyesight. I need you to understand right now, it's not over. It's not over. But the prayer point, Lord, open my eyes. I'm done. That's it. I don't have anything else for you today. This is a quick word of encouragement. Call it a drive-by if you must. But what I do want you to understand is God is not done with you. Wherever you find yourself at right now, know that God is not done with you. Know that God is on a path to, to bring you to your expected end. And if you are content with where you are and you've gotten, complacent and you done started building a house there, you've just, you know what, this is as best as it's gonna get, this is as good as it's gonna get, you will eat the fruits of your lips. That's what the Bible say. I didn't make that up. That's not me cursing you. I'm trying to make you to be mindful of your words. Be mindful of your actions. Your actions should always lead to the fact that God's got me. And David found safety in a place where there shouldn't have been any safety. He had to go into the enemy's camp to find relief. Everything that you're going through in this season, it's going to be a little unorthodox for some of us. Unorthodox. That's it. That's it, Tashira. You're going to have to speak. You're going to have to speak. Hold on here, y'all. You're going to have to speak. You're going to have to speak to it. That's it. It is. That's it. You have to claim it, Mother Chambers. That's it. You have to claim it. It's yours to be had. As a matter of fact, it's already done. It's just you trying to convince your own eyesight, your natural eyesight, because you see the bills piling up. You see everything going on around you. You see the chaos and the calamity. Lord, open my eyes. That's it. That's the word. I can't, but God can. Even those that you encourage around you, they may not always be able to take the cheerleader that's in you that tells them that there's so much more and they're so great and that they are able to do this thing. They might not be able to take the cheerleader in you, but you know what? It's not for you. You can't open their eyes, but you can pray that God opens their eyes to show that there's more that is with them than that is surrounding them, but they're natural. So that is the word on today. Change your prayer language. Change your prayer language. You don't need help. You need your eyes to be open to the help that's already there. You need to understand that the help is not going to come the same as it's come in other seasons of your life. It doesn't look the same. We looking for the grandiose stuff when God is simply preserving you for your next. He's giving you what you need. Kind of like when Elijah was at um, he was laying there, he was running, and he ran, and the angel came and made a cake, fed him, and then he went back to sleep. He did that a few times, and then that third time he says, "Look, I need you to get your energy up." See, that was a low point in Elijah's life. But even in that low point in Elijah's life, where all he could do was just wake up to eat the cake of the angel and lay back down. Oh, let me eat the cake and lay back down. Oh, let me eat the cake. And he says, "Look here, I need you to get your strength up. Because what's next, you're going to need that to go to the next that I have for you." And from that point, he had to travel hundreds of miles, and he did it. So, what I'm saying to you today, you got this because God has you. So, come on here. That's it. It if nothing else, I'm on it. I'm with Roy on this one. Hallelujah, God, because Lord, you got this. I can't, but you can. I might not be able to see it or feel it, understand it, but God's got me. Stay right there, and you can't lose. Stay right there, and you can't lose. Look here, y'all. I'm getting out of here. That's all I have for you today. I pray that something was said that is going to change your understanding of what it is that you're going through, or what it is that you're getting ready to go through, or what you're coming out of. Because there is a word that is just for you, just for you. God needs you to be in that way. Thank you for joining us, the free one. Blessings to you. Blessings to you. Um, to God be the glory to sure. He blessed me. He blessed me. Y'all, I'm in the midst of a hot flash. Y'all see it. It's live. Live. That's why my hair look like a little sunshine. Jesus. I'm in the midst of it. So I gotta go. I got to go. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. But I pray that this thing has hit you just where you need it to hit. I pray that you receive it in such a way that you run with it. Run with it. Remember, Paul told Timothy, you have to war with prophecy. And this is what it looks like to war with prophecy. Lord, open my eyes. Show me that my help is here. I don't feel it. I don't see it. I can't perceive it. But open my eyes. And he'll begin to show you all the intricate things that he's doing. He's preserving you in the midst of your enemies. He's preserving you. Because your next, this little season that you're in right now, you need this rest. You need it. You've been catapulted to your next and you don't even understand it. You don't understand what that looks like. Look, if you have not already, I need you to sow. You know what that means? That means you need to sow in a share. That's it. Share this with somebody else, at least one other person. Share this with them. Let them be blessed. Let them be encouraged by this word on today. You know, it's not always encouraging, but it's definitely going to be coming from God. This is a word of encouragement. You got this because he's got you. So bless us with sharing this with somebody. And if you want to share monetarily, the ways to give is going to be down at the bottom here. See, I need my engineer, man. I need this. I need my engineer. The ways to give is going to be down there at the bottom if you want to give financially, but we definitely need you to share this with somebody. Definitely need you to share. That is a big flex. That is the way that you give. Oh, blessings to you, Pastor Charlotte. How you doing? Blessings, blessings, blessings. Tell everybody I said hi. All right. Thank you. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. But and don't forget, we gotta change your algorithm. Change your For You page. You be wondering why you get the most random things. Because we don't like and comment on stuff. We have to like and comment. Like and comment on what you like. And then you'll see more stuff like that. And we need to change up this algorithm. We want to see more things that are encouraging, more things like this. So I need you to say something, say hello. That's all you got to do. That's another seed. Support the channel. That is how we grow. And that is how you'll get more of this type of material in your For You page. All right. So look, without further ado, I'm out of here, y'all. I told you I'm mid flash. I got to go. I have to go. Again, my name is Angela Hendricks. I'm the senior leader here at Remnant Mentality Ministries. This is where God is educating the saints, equipping the saints, empowering the saints, and encouraging them all at the same time. Somebody is live every single day. You don't want to miss it. They'll tell you what day they come on. They'll tell you what time they come on. I am here on Sundays between 2:30 and 3 Central Standard Time. I hit that go live button and I'm right here with you. All right. So until next time, bye.